welcome back to Alpha Grappling Championships Dungeon War series. I hope you had a lovely break. I'm going to welcome Rich in now to do the weigh-ins. Rich?
Thank you, Josie. All right, can we have Jorge Rodriguez just come up and stand here for me, please? Lovely. Can you step onto the scales? And we are almost exactly 75 kilograms. Thank you, Jorge. Jorge, do you mind coming around to this side for me, please? Thank you very much. And next we got Sam Gibbs. Sam, when you're ready, can you just stand here for me, please? Just there for me, please. And thank you, Sam. Can you step on the scales for me? And we've got just about 70 kilograms. Thank you, Sam. Sam, do you mind just standing there for me, please? Thank you, Josie.
Thank you. Okay, come on in. How are you today?
Feeling good, thanks.
Good. How did you prepare for today's fight?
Well, I've been training, so I was teaching as well. I've been teaching,
Oh, cool.
I've been teaching all week, and
Yeah.
I feel good. I feel ready.
Good. Do you know much about your opponent today?
Not really much, but I've heard of him, and like, he's a competitor.
Yeah.
He's a good competitor as well.
Cool.
And I hope to, it's gonna be a good fight that we're gonna come down here and show to people.
Yeah.
And I hope, everything goes right.
Yeah. Is there anything you plan to do today? Do you have a game plan?
Well, this question, I don't really like to talk about game plan because fight sometimes, it's not about what you plan. Sometimes fight give you something different.
Yeah.
But all I have to say, I'm ready.
Yeah. So do you think it's best to go in ready instead of having a particular plan? Do you prefer to kind of feel where it takes you?
Yeah, exactly. I've got certain techniques that I put on my head ready to apply, but if it might not go that way, so I'm ready to take any actions from there. So.
Great, well, good luck today. Thank you. Thank you. Sam, come on over. I've got some questions for you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really well, thank you. I'm great.
Good. Do you know much about your opponent today?
I know a little bit about him. I've watched a few videos of him competing. I know he's been on the scene competing quite a bit, so I've got a little bit of a feel for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a game plan or any kind of tactics or strategy for today?
Of course, I have a game plan.
Cool. So last Dungeon Wars, you had a very dominating performance, submitting your opponent in less than 3 minutes. Is that something you plan to do today? Replicate? Beat?
That's exactly what I plan to do today.
Cool. And we saw from the Alpha vlog that you're really mentally preparing and planning to display like the most aggressive performance you can. How do you mentally prepare for your fights?
In lots of different ways. There's lots of ways I get myself mentally prepared. Visualization has been a big key for me.
Cool,
I play this movie in my mind over and over again, and I see how it goes.
Yeah.
That's been a big benefit for me. I have fantastic coaches, fantastic teammates. We all work on mindset together.
Yeah.
I am always physically prepared, always mentally prepared.
Cool. That's great. Thank you so much. Good luck today. Thank you. Rich, I'm going to welcome you back to do the face-off.
Thank you, Josie. Okay, Sam, can you step just here for me? Jorge, just here for me. We're going to have a quick face-off. And then he comes working his way over to the red corner. That's where he's fighting today, just shaking hands with the ref.
And just as a reminder, the scores at the bottom is scored for each round. So that'll be a round, that'll be showing each round score. There are 3 rounds in this alpha grappling system.
That's right, 3 7-minute rounds, 1 minute between each one.
So now we'll be waiting for Sam Gibbs to make his way down to the cage so we can get the action started. Sam Gibbs making his way down to the cage now. Poised and focused, he's ready for his second match on Alpha Grappling after submitting his opponent on his first outing.
Now if you watch the first Dungeon Wars, Sam Gibbs did a sterling performance, absolutely dominating. It's going to be a really interesting fight today between Jorge and Sam. Very different styles, we're going to see how they're going to match them.
We're likely to see Sam come out with a explosive pace as he did in his previous competition. So let's see how Jorge looks to deal with that.
Blue corner, you ready? Red corner, you ready? Let's fight.
7 minutes, here we go. Touch hands and they're in. Jorge dropping to the floor.
Sam immediately trying to look to pass to Jorge's guard. Pulling him up and trying to clear that knee line.
Secure that position. Watch the angle of the head, nice and easy. There we go, keep the pressure on the head. Make sure you keep that pressure on the head.
Sam looking to clear the knee line.
Jorge with very strong grip there. Just holding on, trying to work his way out.
Sam's got a clamp on the heel. He's looking to try and capture that knee, but he's stood back up now.
And they separate.
Jorge just pulling half guard.
Gibbs over the
Sam's
top now.
Working on the head control. His corner calling for him to start controlling the top position.
Pressure in the upper body. We'll start working the lower body. That pressure in the upper body. Be patient.
Now, what's interesting here is that Jorge is still looking to get wrist control from this position, and we'll see what he wants to do with that. Now he's pulled for the arm drag, but Sam has dealt with that. He's now come back on top from north-south and back into side control.
Very effective use of energy from Sam. Jorge taking his time, trying to work his way out. Trying to look for a time to escape.
Deep breath in by Sam. Sam has recently started travelling to Wales to train with trials champion Ash Williams, and just to show his commitment to how much he wants to succeed as a pro athlete.
Now right in the corner, making it really difficult for Jorge.
Sam goes to sit back for the heel hook, but unsuccessful, and now they've moved back to the centre of the mat.
Just readjusting, resetting.
Jorge doing a good job of making sure that he tries to control the pace of this fight, but Sam being unrelenting, he wanted to pass that guard.
Mm-hmm. So what do you reckon Sam's trying to go for here?
So here he's looking potentially for the body lock, wrapping the arms around the body. What he wants to do is trying to isolate the upper part of his body to now deal with the legs. It's far easier to deal with those legs if he's got a pin on the upper part of the body.
It's looking like one of Jorge's strengths, so right now is the use of his legs, keeping Sam back, keeping him away.
That's right, Rich. He's going to be looking to control at either the hips or at the feet. Sam stepping back, maybe just to consider how he's gonna pass that guard.
Both fighters very calm. We've just passed half time, we've got about 3 minutes 20 seconds remaining.
Now remember, this is the last fight of the preliminary card, so we'll be moving to our paid full card after this. So if you don't want to miss out the action, fights like Tom Barry versus Dinu Bukalet, then you'll need to buy on Facebook the main card.
More
Sam
deep
Gibbs just
breaths
taking
from
a
Sam.
deep breath in, yeah, that's right. This is the thing with the pushing the pace and controlling the pace at this speed, Rich, is that it is wearing, and we've got to keep in mind these 7-minute rounds.
Yeah. They cannot use all their energy in the first round. Especially a fighter with Sam, who's so full of energy.
Alpha Grappling operating a 1-point system, meaning every position is worth the same amount, every pass or back take. Sam just controlling that wrist, and now he's looking for the pass and sit back to that leg lock again. This is the thing, Rich, with this small cage, is that we're
Sam evading very quickly there. Some fighters...
small palm to the mouth of Jorge.
Sam, palm to the face twice. The ref stepping in just to make Jorge's ready to begin again.
Head to head now, looking to find that inside control. So they have space to clear the knee. More push there. Sam is not wanting to allow Jorge back to his feet. He wants that pass.
Getting a bit aggressive now from Sam, maybe a bit more desperate. Jorge's still fairly calm.
There seems to be, every time that Sam is pushing up to work to the upper body, he's looking to then sit back for that leg lock if he's unsuccessful. He's not wanting to commit to anything that he's not sure is going to be successful.
And approximately 1 minute left for these fighters for their first round.
Sam. Again, a big scramble here. This is what we really expected, especially watching Sam Gibbs' last fight. We expected there to be a high level of pace, but it's determined how is this going to affect the second round, Rich?
Absolutely. Sam working very hard to evade, using a lot of energy.
Thinking how he can manage to control those legs. If he's able to control the knees, to work to that pass, to work for that knee slide. What we saw from our last fight was Sam using the Kimura trap to come over his opponents and work for the guard pass that way. So we may see that in the upcoming time in the next couple of rounds.
I'm surprised he hasn't used it so far.
And that is the end of the first round. They now have a minute's rest, and they'll go on to round 2.
Brilliant first round. Jorge back to his red corner. Sam Gibbs back to blue. Just taking a minute to get their breath back.
Some deep breaths from both competitors here. That was no easy round for either of them. So we'll see what strategies they employ. Eamon Madden, Sam Gibbs' coach, just having a word with Sam there. Sam doing a great job in that round, just to really push the passing, trying to find space, controlling the upper body there. So let's see what happens in round 2.
Okay, other way around. Sam straight to the floor. Jorge still standing, trying to find an in.
Sam looking for those points of control, whether it be a knee or the wrist. Jorge just kicking a grip away there. And now coming to his knees. Now Sam may look for this. He's now attacking attacking the neck as well as the legs.
Perhaps Sam's in a bit of a better position now to take on those knees.
Well, Rich, he'll be looking for different things here, whether that be starting working for a De La Hiva, hooking behind that knee, or maybe see some inversions by Sam. And he's come up for the sweep, a takedown as well. Now he's looking to pass.
Lots of energy, very, very fast. Jorge trying to grab the wrist.
Sam coming down to pass the guard there, head to head. Let's see if he's going to try and work for those inside controls. He's controlling the wrist at the moment. Now with a grip on the upper body.
Sam using his legs. And evading again. And it looks like both fighters have returned. Jorge on the floor now. Yeah, Sam dominating.
Jorge obliging to come away from the cage.
I wonder if there's some mind games as well. Sam trying to dominate the competition a little bit.
Again, Evan Madden just encouraging Sam Gibbs to really put his head right by Jorge's head, really controlling that upper body so that he can now look to pin Jorge's legs and slide his knee through.
Jorge's in a really tricky position here.
Jorge on Sam's back, but Sam just stands up and shakes him off there. Eamon Madden just telling Sam to settle his mind. That's a big thing at their gym, Eon BJJ, is that their mindset is everything, making sure that they're both mentally and physically prepared as athletes. It's a big part of their ethos.
Sam was even saying just before the fight in this interview, he was visualising how the match was going to go, getting it really clear in his mind how he's going to succeed.
And so at that inversion, Sam Gibbs has got secure, he's grabbed the leg, but he hasn't managed to secure the knee. So standing back up again, which is about what you see from Sam is that he's not committing to anything that he's not sure he's going to be highly successful on.
Smart way of fighting, but you can see him getting a bit frustrated. They can't quite get it.
Yeah, there definitely seems to feel that there's a level of frustration coming through, but this is part of BJJ. Sam now going in with the knee slide, almost passing Jorge's guard. And he's now come to north-south.
Very nicely done from Sam.
Very good. We're going to pit stop here. Take time.
Both fighters may be taking a moment just to catch their breath while they're in this position. Sam considering what he's going to do next.
Jorge probably panicking a bit, trying to figure himself out. Very effectively turning over.
Sam trying to work to the back, but Jorge coming to his knees and now pulling guard again. A little frustration then with whether they're slapping of heads or just pushing away.
Yeah.
The thing is with competitors like this and with competitions like this, there is a level of pace that certain athletes set. Sam Gibbs training with Ash Williams, as I mentioned before, known for his aggressive level of pace and for an intensity in training that I think we're seeing in Sam as well.
Again, Sam not quite committing until he's 100% sure.
Jorge getting a grip of the shoulder, but Sam managed to clear that.
Again, same again.
It's a couple of times now we've seen Jorge go for those arm drags, trying to isolate one side of Sam's body so he can potentially go for the back.
Potentially sensing some weakness there in Sam, trying to work on it. Or maybe he's just testing out.
Not necessarily, Rich. The arm drag is a 50-50 position, so he can use that to his advantage as well. If he knows it's coming, he could potentially come round Jorge's own body and sit round for his back. Feels like there's a certain level of animosity between these two competitors as the round has gone on.
You've got a minute left.
It's about 1 minute remaining.
Be in control of your weight. Look, as soon as he puts his legs like that, he wants to come up.
Jorge potentially looking to stand up for the takedown there. As we've seen there, is Sam telling him no. Sam's saying there's no way he's going to get the takedown.
We're going to stay on top the entire time.
Sam managed just to turn out every time that Jorge's attempted
Control the leg.
those
Control the leg. You
takedowns.
can't go nowhere. That's it. Control the leg.
Coming up to the last couple moments of the round, 30 seconds left of this round. Sam Gibbs again working for that guard pass. And now diving in on the north-south. Back into mount.
Just go ahead.
Very effective from Sam.
Disengage. Disengage.
Jorge potentially going for a takedown, but Sam managed to turn out and time for that round, for round 2.
And that's time. They're going to have another minute break.
Well, I think I'm not sure whose round that was. Oh, that is the end of the competition. And Sam Gibbs
takes it.
A fast and furious pace.
A valiant effort from Jorge Rodriguez. Very well fought, bringing a lot more energy to this one than we saw in Dungeon Wars 1. Really impressive. Trying out some different tactics, using the floor a lot more.
Yeah, Jorge employed a different thing than he did against Jackson, potentially looking to pull guard. But as we saw before, is that he wanted those takedowns. He was just trying to work.
Yeah. Hi. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling good, yeah, thank you.
Was that the fight you were expecting?
No. I got told it was a 70-kilo fight, so I've been cutting for 2 weeks. Get here, my opponent's 75.
Right, okay.
So that's not what I was expecting. So he's a bit more physical than I thought he'd be. But beyond that, I mean, I said it last time, I pass guards. You saw that. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's him or anyone else under 70. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to establish position. Cool.
Considering that, were you able to use the tactics and game plan that you had in mind?
I didn't finish him. The intentions were to finish him in the first 2. I'd have been very disappointed if this went to a 3rd round, which it didn't. Yeah. I know he is a very game competitor that wins a lot by points. Right. So I'm glad that I showed I'm a better points player than the good points players.
Yeah. How do you plan to celebrate, rest up, move on to the next thing? What's next for you?
Oh man, training. Me and my coach Eamon will discuss what the next mountain for me to climb is, and then we get to climbing.
Do you have any plans for competing? Is there anything lined up?
Maybe the next Naga. For sure the next Alpha Grappling. Cool. Grapple Fest should put me on. You've seen twice now what I do here. Yeah. So I'm hoping they get me a match up in November. Once a month would be nice.
Cool. Well, congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much. Again, Jawad, you're the man. Commentators, referees, everybody here, thank you so much for putting this on. I just get given a time to turn up and I come and get to do this. So I'm incredibly appreciative that you give me this opportunity. Let's do it again.
That's so kind. Thank you. Thank you. Jorge. Where is Jorge? Come on in. I've got some questions for you. How are you feeling?
Well, no, the plan didn't work well, which he was fighting, but I always thought I was going to get him on a leg, but he was slippery. He managed to take the advantage. Cool. Let's give the credit to him. Yeah. But don't expect next time same thing gonna be happening again. Because I know myself. Okay. I know we can put him in a tough position. It's just like I thought I could have done better. Okay. I should have underestimated it, but I did. I learned my lesson, and I'm ready for next. So. Yeah.
So you already have kind of an idea of what you're gonna do for your next fight.
Always.
Always.
So I always know I want to fight.
Okay.
So the plans doesn't come according to what you think sometimes. Yeah, so sometimes when you're going to do this, certain things happen because the guy experienced as well. But, you know, I really enjoyed the fight. wasn't what I was expecting. I was a bit going slowly to
Okay.
cut the last minute, but it was
Yeah.
slippery. I was waiting
Yeah.
for the 2 subs in the first time and the second time, but it didn't work
Yeah.
that way. Because
Yeah.
I tried to get a different style from
Right.
where they used to see me from before, so
Okay.
it didn't work. So next
Yeah.
time.
Okay. And what's next for you in terms of competing?
Yeah, I got some couple comps, especially no gi.
Yeah.
I do more gi, but nowadays I'm trying to focus more on no gi, so I can enjoy the level and
Yeah.
learn some techniques and
Yeah.
also be a good competitor in
Yeah.
the no gi.
Yeah. How do you plan to rest, recuperate, get ready for the next bomb? What's next for you?
It's just my resting day is just one day, Sunday,
Right.
which is more than enough for me for now.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got that tough competitors training with me all the time, but
Yeah.
training is training. We can't complain. So.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. Well done for today. Thank you.